Hello again. Welcome back to Movie Ninja. This is one of my favorite holiday specials. This was something that back when we had a VHS tape of this, I would watch it and rewatch it and rewatch it. There's two particular segments of Claymation Christmas that really got a lot of mileage from my 5-year-old self. Just I loved listening to the carols and just watching in amazement at the high quality claymation artwork. Really, it's a craft. The company that did this special, they specialized in specifically claymation. They did Claymation Christmas. They did Halloween called Comedy of Horrors and an Easter special, as well as a somewhat well-known theatrical release film called The Adventures of Mark Twain. There we go. The Adventures of Mark Twain. And the artistry is just something to behold. Now, you have your classics when it comes to claymation, or I think that's not even the appropriate term for the animation where you would take models and then you would just move them frame by frame and eventually you got a film like Rankin Bass's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or Santa Claus is Coming to Town. A lot of people refer to it as claymation, and that's fine. I'm not gonna be a nitpicky purist about it or anything, but when you think of claymation, your mind typically goes to, a lot of the mainstays. And that's fine. But like I said at the very beginning of this month, I'm going to focus a little bit more on specials and movies that may not have had their spotlight in the past. So, Claymation Christmas is a 24-minute 1987 holiday special featuring a pair of dinosaurs, Herb and Rex, that are pretty much, they're in charge of something like a variety show, and they take the audience, they introduce every single one of the segments, the acts. There's 6 segments in this special, and they introduce themselves. They're this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be your hosts while you watch and listen to you watch great claymation and you hear just really fun and really great variations on classical Christmas carols. And in between these segments and at the front and back end of this whole production, Herb and Rex take you through a little bit of the history and a little bit of some information regarding the songs, who wrote them, when they wrote them, and what were some of their inspirations in creating these musical pieces. Now, there's, as I mentioned before, there's 2 songs in here that essentially I just learned the words to while watching and rewatching our old VHS. And that was We Three Kings and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay, admittedly, when you're in elementary school and you're learning Christmas carols and you're in a children's choir, everybody sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I was easily distracted, like most kids in those situations. And so and also kind of bored sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. I'm not going to try to make this sound like it was way more arduous than it actually was, but I would go home and then I would just watch this over and over again. And there's a few, and I picked up a few, Christmas carols more or less by heart. Now, something to mention is that, there's this kind of creativity that, I'm gushing here, but there's this creativity behind this production that you really don't see, and a lot of it sometimes even goes into the experimental. So I know I'm coming at this from a lot of different angles, a lot of different places and that, but I think that this is a special to seek out, give some time and attention to. I know that sometimes okay, this the whole thing is just about Christmas carols. Well, yeah, But the thing is that when these songs are paired with beautiful, fun animation, I mean, it really sets it apart. This is something that I return to year after year. You can buy it on DVD, pretty reasonable price. I think I got it for like about $10, something like that. Not really available on a lot of streaming services, and that's probably has to do with the distribution rights or the rights held by like the animators that originally put this out. Totally understandable. But the thing is, like, when it comes to finding this on the internet, you can actually find most of the segments on YouTube. The segments mostly with the like songs themselves, but unfortunately there's not really a good version where you can find Herb and Rex doing their intros and outros of like each song. So this gets a high recommendation for me. This is something that I return to time and time again, and it's just really nice to just like, if you, even if like you're doing your regular day-to-day activities, you come home, you like, you know, start like cleaning up or cooking or like whatever, you know, this is just like, and you want something holiday related like in the background, have this on. It's like 24 minutes long and it's great, you know. And before I become like too redundant, you know, I just want to put that out there that this is one of my favorites. You know, this is something that I think everyone should watch, if not just for the music, just for the craftsmanship, because there really hasn't been anything like this since this was made. The articulation, the modeling, just the pacing of it all. Like, you watch these scenes and where these characters are just part of some sort of like fantastical holiday themed scene. Wonderful vocabulary that I'm dredging up this episode. But and you see this all in front of you, and something that my mind goes to like now that I'm, you know, like a little bit older, is that like, I wonder how many hours it took for like 1 minute. I really don't know. For like 1 minute of this gorgeous artwork to just be put together and just, you know, have this wonderful pageantry just out there as like it's less than half an hour, but something like tells me that this took an incredible amount of time to put together. And if nothing else, the blood, sweat, and tears that I know had to have gone into this. So, anyways, okay, before like I'm building it up, like I was like, whoa, okay, like before somebody like tells me to like rein it in, and okay, Claymation Christmas. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode. This is a little bit like shorter like this time. It's a 24-minute special. So, I mean, like, and I was already, like, a little bit, like, repeating myself. But, quick question. What is your favorite Christmas carol? Or carols, you know? Leave that in the comment section. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you are coming up to the very end of this, you are a champ. And thank you. And have a good rest of your day.